I think everyone now has started to calm down from the weekend and the disappointment of, or the anger of losing at the weekend. But this is a little extra video that I'm doing this week. Before the preview, it's a comparison video, which I was looking through the other night. I was thinking, how can we compare, or can we compare artell to anybody at the moment? And people normally talk about the manager bounce and things as of that nature. Well, I'm actually going to show you whether we really have had that manager bounce and compare it to a rival and really show the difference. I'm actually going to compare David Artell's time at Grimsby with Carl Robinson's time at Salford. Obviously, we know that when Grimsby played Salford, both times, it's one of the few teams, I think it might be the only team, who actually done the double over. And you'll see what I mean by the bounce. We'll start with artell. Artell has been in charge of Grimsby for 12 league games, 13 games overall. And I've got every result that he's had here. Since he's been at Grimsby, he got a 1-1 draw against the MK Dons. Now, some people don't class this, but I do, even though he only had 24 hours. He was appointed the day before. He ended up on the bench for at least half the game. So, to me, he took control of that game. 1-1 at the MK Dons. Then we won against Crewe. Since Crewe, we've lost to Tranmere. We've drew 1-1. We've lost 2-0. It took us 5 games to get a win under artell, which was 3-0 against the Margers team I'm comparing him to. We then lost 6-1 on New Year's Day to Walsall. 5-5 draw, lost 2-1, drew 0-0, lost 3-1, and lost 5-1. So that equates to 2 wins from 12. Which equates to 10 points. Now, his counterpart over at Salford got hired on January the 5th. So that is 5 weeks after artell got appointed as Grimsby boss. And it was obviously from MK Dons and Oxford and John Manager Carl Robinson. Artell's picked up 10 points. Here's Robinson's record at one of the worst sides I've seen this season. But since his appointment on the 5th of January, he has gone 2-2 draw, a 1-0 win, a 1-1 draw, a 3-2 win, a 3-1 win, a 1-0 draw, a 2-2 draw, and a 5-3 win. Wins against Barrow, Wrexham, involved in all that. That means in the 8-game spell that Robinson's been in charge, he's picked up 16 points to Artell's 10. He's unbeaten as Salford manager. Artell's won twice, but only managed 4 games more than Carl has. These are the worrying stats. David Artell was hired on the 27th of November. Carl Robinson was hired on January the 5th. Now, their squad's not massively different to what they had under Richard Wood. Mark Wood, sorry, who was their manager prior. But this weekend marks 3 months that David Artell's been in charge, and that is his record. 10 points from 12 games. Another couple of stats that I had to compare is goals scored under David Artell. So since Artell has had the reins at Grimsby Town, we have scored 17 goals. Robinson has scored 18. So they have scored 1 more goal than Grimsby have scored in 4 games less. Town have only not scored in 2. But here's the worrying stat. Salford have only conceded 12 goals in Carl's 8 games. Grimsby have conceded 28 in 12. I worked out this. That's the goal difference of +6 for Carl Robinson in 8 games, and in 12 games it's a -11 goal difference that we've had under Artell. Got another little stat in a minute. And all this is why Artell is under pressure. And deservedly so. That means that in the 8 games that Robinson has got, he could have played for 24 points. He's got 16 out of 24. For the 36 points available for Artell, he's picked up 10. And you wonder why he's under the stress and pressure that he is. This is why so many fans are angry. So many people want to go on stats. There's stats for you. Against a team that when Artell took over were below Grimsby. They are now above Grimsby in 18th, but comfortably going to be safe. That's a managerial bounce that Salford have had. Doesn't mean they won't lose between now and the end of the season, of course not. But 2 wins from 12, 17 goals scored, 28 goals conceded. Hello, you can see our problem. Again, with Robinson, 18 goals scored, 12 conceded. what he's basically done at Salford, with not many big changes, has made Salford difficult to beat. Because when you've beaten Barrow, you've beaten Wrexham, in your recent victims. This is why Artell's under pressure. This is why fans are so angry. Blatantly obvious, and everyone loves stats. There are the stats. Comparing Artell to Robinson, which I wasn't going to do. If Robinson had played about under half of what Artell had, I'd have said it would have been an unfair comparison. But this isn't an unfair comparison. This is a genuine. They've played 8 games and picked up 6 more points. So it shows you how important 6 points are. Also shows you how important it is to grind results out as well, which we haven't done enough. I then went and looked back how many points we picked up under Hurst. In 16 games we picked up 14 points. In 12 games under Artell, we picked up 10. Since Paul Hurst was fired on 28th of October, Grimsby Town in general picked up 15 points. That is including the little spell that Ben and Sean had. This is why Grimsby are in the mess that they are. I'm trying to stay sort of calmer for this video, but if you wondered about stats and about a comparison, there you have it. 16 points from 24 for Carl Robinson at Salford. 10 from 36 for Artell. 28 goals conceded in his 12 games in charge. 17 goals scored to 12 and 18 for Robinson. 10 points from the 27th of November. 16 points from January the 5th. Need I say more? Grimsby fans, let me know what your thoughts are now you've heard these stats. And I just wanted to give you a fair comparison with why a lot of fans have not been happy since Artell has come in. Have we improved under Artell? Absolutely not. If anything, we have got marginally worse. Well, not marginally worse, we've got a lot worse because we've had some heavy defeats in his 12 matches. On what has been seen, have we hired the right guy? It's questionable. But now I'm going to ask you guys for your input on that. They're the stats for the last 12 games, comparing to Carl Robinson's 8 games in charge of Salford. Who's had the bounce? Let me know down below. Let me know what you think. Now some people have calmed down and we've mellowed a little bit. Still annoyed as a Town fan though. But to me, all this is why Artell is under pressure, and comparing it to a club that was below us no more than a month ago, you can see where the anger comes from and whether Artell is the right guy. I'll be back for a preview coming up later on in the week, obviously for the Morecambe game. Help us, please. And I will see you then for that. But leave your comments down below and in social media for me to work that out. You've just heard a comparison for Artell and what was a relegation rival up till a month ago. Can you see why Artell is under the pressure that he is, and why the fans probably aren't buying what he's saying in press conferences? He's just saying something to say something, whereas Carl Robinson at Salford, where their squad is not much different to what their old manager had, you can see by those stats he's had a bigger impact. Let me know down below what you guys honestly think. But I am going to say it's winning times for the Mariners. Please do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, and hit the like button. And if you like videos like this, I'll try and do some more of these comparison videos. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think of the stats that I've read out today. Is it justified, the criticism of Artell? I believe it is. When you compare it to a team that were below us not even a month ago. So please do like, please do share, please do subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you soon for the